Today we're looking at notes 9.2 and 9.3 about multiplication of radicals. So in order to multiply two or more radicals for today, the indexes must match. So for example, if I ask you to multiply square root of 8 times cube root of 9, with today's method, you would say not possible. Okay, because that's a little 2 that's implied there, and that's 3, and those numbers do not match. Okay, so I want to be clear though, this is with today's method. We're going to learn a new method here in a few days that you will, but with today's method, this is not possible. Okay, so for today, when the indexes do match, how you multiply two radicals, we've done this before, is outside number times outside number, and then inside number times inside number, and that's what goes under the radical. So for example, if I'm looking at 5 square root of 2 times 3 square root of 10, you're going to take the 5 and the 3, because those numbers are outside, multiply them. So that would give you 15, and then you're going to take the 2 and the 10 and multiply them. So 15 square root of 2 times 10 is 20. And then you're going to try and simplify if possible. So 20 is 5 and 4, okay? 5 drags down, 4 is 2 and 2. Since this is a square root, you're looking for sets of 2. So you would have 15 times 2, which is 30, radical 5. And that would be your final answer. Okay? Let's look at a few more examples. 2 square root of 3 times 4 square root of 5. Okay, so again, outside times outside, 2 times 4 gives you 8, and then inside times inside, 3 times 5 gives you square root of 15. And then we know that 15 is 3 and 5. Both of those are prime, they don't go further, and we can't circle any pairs. So our final answer is 8 square root of 15. I'm just going to write it again nicer. Nothing that can be done with that, can't break it up. Okay, some easy problems that may confuse are when one number is a whole number and one number is a radical. So when that's the case, they just kind of stick together. So 3 times square root of 5 is 3 square root of 5. Okay, similarly, and 5 is prime, so it doesn't break up. Similarly, square root of 7 times 8, okay, would just be 8 square root of 7. Okay, again, 7 is prime, doesn't break up, so you're done. Okay, let's move on to a little more complicated. 4 cube root of 6 times 2 cube root of 45. So outside times outside, that would give me 4 times 2, which would be 8. So 8 cube root of 6 times 45, and 6 times 45 is 270. Put my pen down to write that. 270, and then we definitely know that will break up. So 270 is 27 and 10. 27 is 9 and 3. Okay, 10 is 5 and 2. All right, 9 is 3 and 3. Drag down the 3, drag down the 5, drag down the 2. Okay, so we've got 3, 3, 3, 5, 2. And it's cube root, so we're looking for sets of 3. So 8 times 3 gives me 24 cube root of 10. 5 times 2 is 10. So 24 cube root of 10 is my final answer for that problem. Okay, moving right along. X squared fourth root 3xy 5 times 2y to the fourth root 27x3 y 7. So first I want to multiply these together. So x squared outside times outside. So x squared times 2y to the fourth would give me 2x squared y to the fourth with a fourth root of 3xy to the fifth times 27x3y7. So 3 times 27 is going to give me an 81. X to the fourth, and then y to the 12th. So breaking apart what's inside here, 9 and 9, and then 3 and 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 x's. So I've got a set of 4 3's, a set of 4 x's, And then hopefully you know, and I don't need to draw it out, but I will for you. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 3 sets of 4 here for the y's. Okay, so everything comes out of this one. So we get 2 times 3, which is 6. X squared already times another x would give me x to the 3rd. Y to the, there's already 4 here, and then we're bringing out 3 more. So that will be y to the 7th. And I hope you noticed at home, 4th root means even index, odd powers coming out. So this needs absolute value bars. And then we're all said and done with this final answer. That's our final answer. Okay, moving right along. Okay, here I have some distribution problems. So I need to distribute this in here. So I get 2 times, there's an implied 1 here. 2 times 1, which is 2. Square root of 6 times 3 would be 18. And then there's a 1 times a negative 3 here. So negative 3 square root of 6 times 6 is 36. 18 breaks up to 9 and 2. 9 is 3 and 3. Drag down this 2. Okay, hopefully you already knew that the square root of 36 was 6, but I'll go ahead and show you. So here we have 2 times 3, which is 6 square root of 2, minus these 6's come out. 3 times 6 is 18. Can't combine those, so you are all done. All right, keep going. So here when I distribute, I get cube root 27 minus, again, there's an implied 1 here, 4 cube root 63. Okay, and then 27 is 9 times 3. Okay, 9 is 3 and 3. Drag down this 3. Okay, so 3 comes out completely. So 3 minus, and then 63 is 9 times 7. That's not going to help us though, is it? As we're looking at it. 3, 3, 7. I need groups of 3, so that's not going to help. So nothing comes out of that, so it just stays 4 cube root 63. And I can't combine anything, so I'm all done with that one as well. All right, moving right along. So we have 2 binomials here. 2 binomials means we need to FOIL. Okay, so foiling this, I'd get 2 times 4, which is going to give me 8. 2 times 4 gives me 8. 2 times negative square root of 6 would be negative 2 square root of 6. Square root of 6 times 4 would be plus 4 square root of 6. And then square root of 6 times square root of 6, but that's a negative square root of 6, would be negative square root of 36. So then here I can combine my middle 2 terms. So I'd have 8 plus 2 square root of 6. That would become 2 square root of 6. And then the square root of 36 is 6, so minus 6. Then I can combine the 8 and the minus 6. So I'd get 2 plus 2 square root of 6. All right, so now keep on moving here. I've got a distribution back to distribution. So here when I do this distribution, I'd get 2 square root of 6. And then plus 3 square root of 30. Okay, but 30 is 3 and 10 is 5 and 2. The 3 drags down, that doesn't do me any good, nothing breaks up. And I didn't do it, but that's because I figured you knew already. 3 and 2, that's not going to break up. So my final answer for this, I'm just going to rewrite it nicer. 2 square root of 6 plus 3 square root of 30. Okay, nothing I can do with that. All right, so now I've got another FOIL problem. Okay, so foiling this, I would get 4 times 3 is 12. So 12 square root of 5 times 5 is 25. And then negative 16, 4 times 4, and that's a negative 4, 16. 3 times 5 is 15. And then for the inner, I'd get plus 9 square root of 15. And then for the last, I'd get negative 12 square root of 9. Okay, so I have some simplification I can do here. So I've got, let's do this as well. Square root of 25 is 5. So 12 times 5 is going to give me 60. And then here when I combine those, I get negative 7 square root of 15. And then same goes here. 9 square root of 9 is 3. So that'd be negative 12 times 3, which would give me negative 36. And then final step here, 60 minus 36 would give me 24 minus 7 square root of 15, which obviously I cannot combine. Okay, I do have one more problem I'd like to show you, and that is a FOIL problem as well, because I hate to use a whole new sheet of paper, but I guess I don't have a choice. Number 12. I'll put that one. Okay, so if I give you 3 square root of 2 minus square root of 3, that whole quantity squared. Okay, you should know by now that that means I've got two of these. So I've got 3 square root of 2 minus square root of 3 twice. Okay, so I'm just going to rewrite it twice, and then I have to FOIL. Okay, so 3 square root of 2 times 3 square root of 2 would give me 9 square root of 4. And then this would give me minus 3 square root of 6. And then this would also give me minus 3 square root of 6. And then this would give me plus square root of 9. Okay, and similar to before, I can combine my middle two, and I can break this up. Square root of 4 is 2, so 9 times 2 is 18. And then this would be minus 6 square root of 6. Hopefully you know square root of 9 is 3. Okay, so 18 plus 3 is going to give me 21 minus 6 square root of 6. And you are all done with today's lesson.